All right, so taking a look here, we have all of our Skimmer data that we collected out in the hallway. We plugged it into our sheet, and now we need to make what are called box and whisker charts. You can see right here, they kind of look like candlesticks going both ways. You'll see we have all of our student names. We have here all of our trials that you've put in as you came back into the classroom. And then we all worked on making here these statistics here. So we have the minimum number, which you can see on our chart is here for each trial. So you can actually find these numbers. The minimum of 3 is here. Claire on her first trial got only 3 feet. The maximum here, 58 feet. Oh my gosh, Wade, nice work. 58 feet. And now you're wondering, what are these quartiles? Well, a quartile is like a quarter, right? If you were to take all the data on trial 1 and break it into 4 quarters, so lowest quartile, first quartile, second quartile, third, and fourth, these this box here in the middle comprises of the second and the third quartile, which is the middle 50% of the entire data set. The majority of the skimmers landed in this zone, hovering here around 40 feet, with that maximums being different. Now, you would think that as the trials progressed that they would get higher, but in this case, they didn't. They all kind of stuck here in the same. Some data that's interesting to see is that with the higher maximum, you actually had a smaller here, second and third quartile. So we need to learn how to find these, right? Let's just take a look here. I'm going to go ahead and boom, just let's delete this, and I'll delete these, and I'll show you now how to get them. So this is the assignment, boom, that you'll get into your classroom work with all of our data and all of our people here. And the first thing we need to find is trial 1 for our minimum. So we click here, and on Google Sheets, you can just use these special kind of formula. So you hit equal, which tells Google Sheets it's going to be a formula. And you type in min and click on min to get the minimum. Highlight all the data you want and press enter. So this is now finding the minimum of all this data. Then let's skip to max equals max of the same data and enter. So that's how we got, oopsies. So you have to make sure that you have clicked on max and then you highlight it and then you hit enter. There's our 58. So you can drag this little propagation button down to get all 3, but you can see it doesn't go correct. So you want to click on it. You see it's columns B3 through B25 here. So we can highlight those, hit delete, and then select them on C, enter. There, it gets our minimum for C. Let's go ahead and do this one more time for D. So highlight, delete, and pick D, enter. There you go. Let's do the same for maximum. So propagate it down. They're not correct. So let's go ahead and highlight these, backspace, highlight them in C, enter. Same for the last one. Highlight these, delete, and grab them for D. Now for our quartile. Lower quartile, we go to equal and type in QU. You get quartile. We want exclusive. Exclusive just to the ones that we choose. So here on row B for trial 1. And then we actually have to do a comma. And the lower quartile, like I said before, is that second quartile. So comma 2, enter. Nice. And for the upper quartile equals quartile exclusive, just the ones we select, these. Oops, daisies. And grab that all, comma, but now we want the upper quartile, the third one, so comma 3, enter. Boom. So now we have our lowest number, our highest number, the number at the bottom of the lowest quartile, the number at the top of the third quartile. And now what we do is we propagate these down, and edit them. So this one has the wrong cells, so highlight, oopsie. Let's be a little bit more careful, there you go. Backspace, highlight, and C, enter. And do this here to the third one, highlight those, backspace, and for D, enter. Same for the upper quartile, changing it from B, backspace to C, enter. And finally, our last one here for trial 3, backspace, and get to that data set. So now our graph is complete. We have the lowest from each trial, the 2 quartiles, and the highest. So now we highlight all of them like that, and we click on here, our chart. Boom. And look at that, it already comes up with a candlestick chart. In case it didn't, go click on this drop arrow and you can look at all your chart options, pie graphs, different types of bar graphs. These aren't nearly as helpful as specifically here, our candlestick chart. And once you have all of these put here together, you can go ahead and turn this in. You have your data, it all works out carefully. Hopefully it will look similar to mine. Our numbers are going to be different than these, so yours shouldn't look like this, but it will be representative of our group's data. So go ahead and you can turn that in, and then I'll see you in class.